Good afternoon, my name is AM and I will start my presentation now. Have you ever found yourself struggling on studying English? Hundreds of courses, thousands of programs and applications, millions of books on the internet, and you don't know where to start? Well, I'm here to introduce you the book that I have studied and I found very effectively, Pathway. The main content of my presentation will be including introduction to Pathway, the ways to utilizing Pathway, and my personal experience with the book set. About the introduction about Pathway. The feature of Pathway is a series of books contain total 10 books of 5 levels of academic skill. Each book will contain different contents equal to the level of English skill. It helps students develop critical thinking ability and learning strategy. It will guide you through the lesson and help you develop those skills slowly. Maybe after you finish one book, it will take about 1 week or 1 month, depending on your time and dedication to learn. But every time you go through one book, then you look back, you realize you have improved a lot. It also providing powerful and effective guided lesson and contain authentic content and profound knowledge. It contains a lot of videos, infographic, pictures taken by professional photography and research conducted by reliable sources. And according to a research presented by Power Visual Communication, visual learning is more effective than verbal learning. You might remember 90% of what you have learned if you have go through visual learning, visual infographic. And the last feature of it is bringing the world to the classroom and the classroom into life. This is the slogan of the book, and is the slogan of the book because the coverage of the topics, all of these topics are very social, very daily, very present. For example, nature and environment, culture and society, science, technology, history and heritage. All of these topics and issues are very close to it, very daily, very applicable. When we learn something from this topic, we can apply it into our own life, and besides, we can also study English effectively. This is normal lesson progress. Each level book will divide it into reading and writing, and the second book is listening and speaking. So one lesson will starting by introducing the topic, then we'll provide you with new vocabulary and provide you with information through the reading or listening. Next, it will guide you, it will support you with writing or speaking skill. And then we will have some tasks for you to practice, and lastly, you will have to revise the lesson and connect to life to help you remember the lesson longer and increase your comprehension level. Move to my second main point is utilizing pathways. So this is the way that I have been learning and practicing for the last 2 years. I will take one lesson as example, our changing planets. So before we learn, we need to activate our prior knowledge. So what is activating prior knowledge is when we think about the topic of what we have already known, and then we develop it through the reading, through the content of the lesson. There will be some question here for you to think and discuss. For example, the question would be for this unit is, look at the photo, how would you describe this place? It's not too difficult to answer. I think everyone can look at it and describe the photo based on your knowledge and your vocabulary range. It might not be it's not necessary to be so excellent because we are still learning, but after the lesson, we will learn a lot of new vocabulary to develop it. And the second question is for you to think further a bit and to alleviate your imagination. How might this landscape might be different from 1,000 years, in 1,000 years? So there's no right or wrong answer. As long as we try to answer, we already activate our prior knowledge. And in each of the lesson, as a beginning page, they will be showing the skills that you're gonna learn in the lesson. For example, this book is a reading and writing book, so it will introduce you this skill, understanding a research summary, writing a research summary, and introducing results and describing data. Maybe at first, because this book is level 3, so it's kind of already a little bit difficult. But if you start from the foundation and level 1, it will be much easier for you in terms of vocabulary and knowledge coverage. So after activate your prior knowledge, you have moved to the second part, the main content of the book. So I think all of the contents, all of the tasks have already given very clear instruction. You just need to read it and complete. They will guide you from easy to more complex, so you don't have to worry too much, like, what if I don't understand the instruction? You will understand because it's guided very carefully and it's divided to many different levels. So if you think that your English ability is not so good, you might start with the foundation, and it will give you the task like to describe picture, to count how many, or to compare picture to another. So this book is level 3, so it might provide some words that you don't know, but we will follow the instruction and complete every task, because one task will lead to another, one class will facilitate another. So if we follow it all, it will combine together to become a knowledge change. Next, after learning, this is my favorite part is connect the lesson to life. For example, there will be some unit review. In this unit, they ask you, what are the 3 important elements of a good photograph? So this is, you can basically connect it to life by imagine or thinking about a picture that you take recently. Then you can combine with the information from the book. What we have learned, there's 3 elements of a good photograph, which is emotion, color, and object. Okay, so yeah, so whenever you want to take a photo, you might think about the 3 elements that you have learned in that book, so you can adjust it to make a better photo. You just one example, but all of the lesson will have this application to your life, and when you practice doing it on real life, you will remember the things that you have learned in the book. And I think this is a very good way to help us remember and comprehend and apply what we have learned to life. This moves to my next main point, personal experience with Pathway. So in the past 2 years, as I said, I have been studying this book very consistently. I have been studying every day, and I spend at least 1 hour a day studying and practicing from the beginning to end of the entire book set. Contains 10 books. Actually, I usually spend at least 2 hours a day, but I think it will be too difficult for you all. So, or maybe you're busy, you have part-time job, you have all the homework to do. So I suggest you spend at least 1 hour a day. Then I have followed my section 2, which is before learning, after learning, and while learning, activating prior knowledge, completing every task, and connect the lesson to life. That way you will develop your critical thinking ability. Or like when you answer the question and you have to think about how to answer it. And I realized at first, it was so difficult for me to answer a question. I didn't have much vocabulary, and I didn't have any way to organize my idea to how to form a proper answer. But I realized the more I practice answering, the faster the better my idea will become. And the more informative and precise information I will be able to come up with. So just keep practicing, you'll get it. My next point on personal experience is my achievement after learning the book set. So this is my TOEIC score I taken in 2022 before coming here. It was 930, and this one I taken more recently. It increased to 945. Sorry, this is so blurry, but yes, I have improved a lot only by studying Pathway. I didn't study from any other English book or any other program or source. So I have realized that I have made so much improvement. I have enhanced English skill in terms of all the 4 skills, gained practical knowledge from reliable sources of information, because all of the information are taken from research or taken by a professional, so or expert of the subject or the field. So it's all very reliable. I developed the ability of critical thinking. You may see it quite clearly that I can come up with any idea from any topic on any question. I can do that just by reading the book, because it provides so much information with so many different topics. So yes, I believe that it will help you when you study from the book. And it's also a lot of exam-like question style. So when you study the book, you will find those questions on TOEIC or IELTS actually very similar, and you can get prepared for those exams if you intend to take the exam for graduation or for your CV background. So, in conclusions, I have gone through 3 points of the presentation, which is introduction to my Pathway book, methods to utilize the Pathway, and my personal experience with the serial Pathway. Before closing my presentation, I would like to offer you my present PDF book. I have level 1, 2, 3 all together with audio file. So if you need it, just write down my email or my line and I will send it to you. There's a saying that I believe in, which is working smart is better than working hard. So selecting the right methods, the right book, right way for you to study will save you a lot of time, energy, and will be much more effective. Thank you.